Hey guys, it's your humble host, or Kayla if you prefer, so I'm back with another video, and this time it's a rather heavy topic. Yes, the last one was pretty heavy, but this one really needs to be talked about. I had someone drop an article into my Discord the other night, and I had tweeted it out, and it's now making the rounds to a lot of big YouTubers. I'm not saying I'm the cause of everyone talking about it, but I'm glad to see the article or some form of the article is making rounds and more people are getting wind of it. Well, and I'm going to put a link to this in the description too. For those of you who know who the Quarting is, he actually did a video on this where he covers various articles written about this same incident, and none of them labeled it as rape. Well, hey, the Quarting, I found one that actually labels it as rape. It's by the Sun from the UK, so I'm going to read the article and we're going to go through it. So, raped at knife point, woman forced ex-boyfriend to have sex with her while holding machete to his face, then urinated on his bed. Oy. A woman held a machete to her ex-boyfriend's face and forced him to have sex with her before urinating on his bed, police said. Samantha Ray Mears allegedly ordered her former lover to remove his clothes and lie down before attacking him at his Great Falls home. Yeah, she looks crazy. Mears, 19, has been charged with aggravated burglary and assault with a weapon, as well as several misdemeanors, according to the Great Falls Tribune. But guess what? Rape is not one of those charges. This does count as rape. She forced herself onto him with a weapon, no less. This is rape, but those double standards, gotta love them. The teenager of Montana reportedly broke into her ex's of 7 years' house on Friday while he was away. When he returned, she confronted him with a large knife, demanding that he take off all of his clothes, and ordered him to lie on his bed, the New York Post reports. Fearing his ex's actions, the victim complied. So he was in a situation where it was be made to have sex with her or get stabbed. He chose his life. So yes, he was raped. This is rape. Mears held a machete to her ex's face, police said. And this is like all the pictures of them, I guess. Mears pictured with her ex prior to the alleged attack in Great Falls. Mears then forced him to have sex with her while holding the machete to his face, is claimed. When he tried to get her to stop, Mears refused and bit him on the arm, according to KFBB. After she finished, she sat naked on the bed, brandishing the weapon. That's nice. At the point, the victim was able to take several photos of her, which she turned over to the police as evidence. When an argument ensued, an enraged Mears ripped a piece of trim from the victim's wall and deliberately urinated on his bed, according to KFBB. A lot of my gender's crazy. That's all I gotta say. She has been charged with aggravated burglary and assault with a weapon. So, like I said, once again, she's not been charged with rape. She probably won't be charged with rape. And according to the Quarting's video, which, like I said, the link to his video will be in the link in the description, she got put at a $50,000 bond and has been told to stay away from her boyfriend, but there's been no charge of rape. Now, from what a lot of people are saying, and this is true, had the roles been reversed, all hell would have broke loose. The man would have lost his job, he would have been thrown in jail and sentenced for quite a few years on top of a large amount for bond, if granted bond at all. So the double standard here, because I actually have personal people that I know that I've been told don't believe that men can't be raped and that my gender cannot be rapist. And there's very much a double standard there. Men can be victims too. Now, as according to the Quarting, and this is very much true, men get mocked and made fun of when they claim that they are a victim of sexual assault or sexual abuse, and something I do want to touch upon too, because this ties a little bit into the Me Too movement. When you saw how that was first coming about and a lot of women were coming forward, well, I specifically had mentioned something about male victims, and I got a whole bunch of shit for it because people are like, well, no, men do this, you're perpetuating misogyny, patriarchy, and it's from a bunch of feminists. You know what? Eat shit. This is what this really is. Because, no, this is wrong. My gender are not delicate little flowers. I don't care who wants to portray them as what. In regards to situations like this, yes, there are legitimate victims on both sides. There's false accusations on both sides. But in this instance, in this case, the man is a victim. It was either his life or be made to have sex with his crazy ex. She did it with a weapon, no less. She overpowered him with a weapon, and he wanted to live. Just like with other rape victims. Women, when they're forced to have sex, they're either overpowered, a weapon is involved. It's the same thing. There can be no double standard. And that happens a lot of the cases too when it comes to sexual abuse, because this is a form of sexual abuse. A lot of male victims, whether they be children or men who were traumatized in the past this way, are very much mocked and looked down upon, and this can no longer happen because my gender has been able to get away with so much in regards to legal sentencing, portrayed differently than men, saying, oh, well, women can't be predators, women can't be this, women can't be that, but men can be all these horrible things. How about, let's look at this, how about the uptick? Let's bring another one into the mix. How about the uptick of female teachers having sex with boy minors? Middle school boys or high school boys. How about that one? How about we actually start waking up and realizing that this shit is going on and there cannot be a double standard, especially when it comes to sexual assault, sexual abuse, when it comes to situations like this. Because in my gender, a lot of crazy members, not all of us are crazy men, I can assure you, I can promise you, not all of us are freaking crazy and out of our minds, but I can see very much as to why you guys have grown overly cautious of us, and that is something else I'm going to bring up too, because I do watch the Quarting a lot. He covers Magic the Gathering, trading cards. He's the one that outed the pedophiles in the Magic the Gathering panels, the judges, so he went through and did all of that. YouTube and a lot of the people tried to take him out for it. But he's also covered this as well, talking about how, especially at conventions, because there's an incident at a convention that he covered that he's now suggested to his male audience to not be with women alone at conventions. I think it's sound advice. The fact that men now have to have that warning about my gender, I think is absolutely terrifying, because there's so many of my gender, and it's not all of us, but it seems to be more and more of my genders going out of their way to do crazy shit like this, or to harm members of the male gender, to harm men. I don't know what the reason why, I don't know what the reason is. It's just beyond ridiculous, and it's actually quite horrifying. Sorry, I didn't mean to go out on a slight tangent, but it's something I've been noticing. I've been watching more and more people cover things like this. You have my gender also doing the false rape accusations as well. You had Mattress Girl outed. You had that other woman outed who claimed that 15 men raped her. She's now serving time in jail for her false accusations. So because these double standards have become the norm and society has been conditioned in such a way that says only men can be predators and women can't, thanks to feminism, third wave, we now have more and more situations popping up like this. We actually have more and more women becoming predators because they know they can get away with this shit. And us sane ones are kind of looking at this going, what the hell are you people doing? So anyway, I do apologize, not another fun video, but as I said, this article or various versions of it is making its way around, and for that I'm glad. This needs to be talked about more. People need to take off the rose-colored glasses and actually look at what's going on. No one can get away with this shit. Man, woman, no one. The double standards need to stop. Anyway, that's been my bit. Peace.